Live. We're
It normally
live.
goes connecting then live. I've never seen starting before. Always starting.
Gives you a little countdown.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are. Just let's have a look and see if anybody comes in or if they're all melting. Hiya. Hi, everybody. Wooden
Oh,
shoe.
yeah.
I missed the
Yes.
first one. Oh, Tammy, hi. Okay. Wooden shoe. Wooden shoe. That's a cool name.
I love it. I love it. Wooden shoe. I would love to know the explanation behind that.
Yeah. If you feel like it, you could put that in the chat if you don't mind. That'd be really interesting where you got that name from.
Mm.
hmm Oh, hi, Chris. 1 minute daily boost. That's Chris. Hey.
Hi, Chris.
How are you? Lovely. Brilliant. Okay. So I was saying before we came on, I am melting here in the UK. I know that it's not as hot as some places, and I should get a grip, but I can't. I'm too hot. Too hot to grip. I'm melting.
It's incredible. My friends all in Europe, in Germany and in Spain. I mean, it's my friend said it was supposed to get up to 40 Celsius, which is nearly 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Spain, and everybody's melting over there. I mean, I live in a place that is melting for many months of the year, but that's kind of typical, but it's worse. It's just so much worse and so much earlier. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are just saying, oh, well, it's summer, it's really hot. This is what you need to expect. It's just a normal summer. Well, it's not. It's overly hot. It shouldn't be as hot as this. It's wrong. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, good morning, Robes. Peace and loving kindness to you too.
Love it.
To you too. It is my late afternoon, but
it is, right? It's my morning.
Yeah. People are saying, "Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It's just a hot summer," but it's not. This is wicked. And the thing is, we in the UK anyway, we're not cut out for it. We haven't got the right systems in place. We don't have air conditioned homes, and the nicest place to be at the moment is in my husband's car because he's got ice seats, he's got air conditioning, so we're going to live in the car from now on. It's really cool.
Well, and my friends in Europe who one of them in Spain has aircon, but it costs €20 a day just to run it. And she doesn't have a big place. And the other one has said, you know what? When it gets hot, she's got these beautiful roll down metal blinds in Germany. And she says, in the morning, the windows open, get fresh air. And during the hot part, I close the blinds. And then at night, open it again at night.
Yeah. Okay, well, we weren't going to talk about weather,
but it's weather everywhere. It's weather everywhere. Yes.
It's related to environmental issues. So when I first started talking to you, you were and still are KaZ in the world. So you were talking about life and things you've done in the past, which are so many things. So really exciting stuff.
Thank you.
And then you took a turn. I took a turn. That sounds weird.
I took a turn.
You pivoted.
As I want to do, I took a turn.
You pivoted. And now you are looking at environmental and conservation, and particularly around animals and nature, which I know you have always been heavily into that. So what made you decide, right, this is what I'm really going to focus on now?
What made me take the turn? It's always been with me since I was a child. And I supported my entertainment habit with animal welfare and animal care. I guess it took a back seat for a while when I was heavily involved in producing television. And I just lately I'm feeling that some things that I have done, like being a master meditation teacher and being a performer, even with all the experience I have, it's quite saturated. And I felt that since I'm not one to be in, I'm, as you can tell, I'm a ebullient person, but
Yeah.
I'm not performative. My videos are not performative. And it was hard for me during COVID to go from being in person, IRL all the time. My
Mhm.
classes were, I'd have 50 students in meditation class in person. And as a performer, even though you're on camera or even on stage, it's still, you're there, you're in the environment, you're in person. And then everything just went online and got
Mm.
so edited and so huge and so big. And people who are doing well and love it, good for them. But it wasn't a fit for me anymore.
Mm.
And I wasn't sure I had that much to say anymore where that
Mhm.
was concerned. So I went kayaking a couple of months, 3 months ago with my son in this beautiful spring called Silver Springs in Florida. And it it was just a perfect temperature. I was surrounded by these hammocks of trees, manatee and alligators and fish and snakes and waterfowl. And it was the absolute best form of meditation
Mm.
for me at that time. At that time, it just came at the perfect time where I was struggling I was kind of stuck of where my work and my career was going. I'm still writing. I had just had a book published for me
Mhm.
of poetry, but I just felt that I was not settled.
Yeah.
That
Was it
did
like
it
a
for me.
calling? Something was calling you.
Well, exactly. Something that was I never got rid of, but it
Mm.
was in the back, insisted, demanded that I acknowledge it again.
Yeah.
And when I started looking through everything, I'd done a ton with entertainment, producing and choreographing and stage and uh, television and plays and music and just everything. Um, and that was great, but it was almost like I'm complete.
Yeah.
Same thing with the meditation teaching. Uh, I wasn't. I wanted to live meditation. I wanted to live in an environment where it's top of mind to have a more meditative kind of countenance. It's all I can say,
Mm.
and not allow the everything is everything right now in the world, in the States. Everything is everything, and it's so
Yeah.
big, and it's so loud, and it's so noisy, and it's so demanding of our attention all the time. And I have a very sensitive nervous system.
Mm.
The reason I studied meditation in the beginning, when my entertainment career was just out of control. And it was like my nervous system and the universe just saying, this is where you need to be.
Mm.
You feel complete in these two areas. And I look through my pictures and my videos, I'm like, animal, 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 trees, flowers, insects. It consumed most of my phone
Mm.
pictures. And I said, it's been speaking to me for quite a while, and I was too caught up in what if this, what if that, try this, try that. Coaches
Mm.
and gurus and teachers
Mm.
and well-meaning people. This is what you need to do, and this needs to be your niche, and this needs to be your brand. I'm like, stop the world. I want to get off right now.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
And the writing is still happening too, but it seems to be it's just more supportive of me as I move forward in life, my nervous system. And it's almost hard to describe the day I was paddling in a kayak with my absolutely incredible son, whom I adore, behind me.
Mhm.
And I was just pop-eyed the whole time. I was just, look at that manatee there, and oh, look at that snake over there. And I'm not afraid of much of anything. I've always looked fear in the face, even if I'm quaking in my boots. And
Mhm.
it just made perfect sense. And it has made my writing that much better. And it showed me where I needed to go next
Mm.
with my writing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so I mean, when you're in that kayak, did you feel like you were home?
Oh, it
Yeah.
felt so natural and so effortless. And I felt just engulfed in love, and that world cannot be fake.
Mm.
That world is not performative. That
Okay.
world
Not trying to
isn't
prove
looking,
anything, is it?
not
Like,
proving anything. It doesn't need your comments. It
yeah,
doesn't need your likes. It just
it
needs your
just is.
support
Yeah,
and love. And
yeah,
here in Florida, we have a lot of threats from people wanting to destroy a lot of preserves and reserves and kind of swamp areas to
mhm,
put in data centers. And we are fighting it
yeah. Of
tooth and
course, because they need
nail.
them, don't they? Yeah,
Well, and the amount of water it takes to run. And actually,
absolutely. Yeah.
it may be surprising to people, but Florida has been in a drought. And we
Wow.
just started getting consistent amount of rain over the
Mhm.
last couple of weeks. And if Florida is in a drought, what's happening in the rest of the country or the
Well,
rest of the
yeah,
world?
yeah.
So
Wow.
nothing was demanded of me. Nothing was, nobody was telling me how to get a leg up. Nobody was
Yeah,
telling me what I should be doing. And you know how I feel about the word should. Don't should all
yeah,
over
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
So, it just it's just so much more peace.
We had a comment from. Oh, I can't get back.
The
There
bathroom
we go.
guy, hello.
So got a couple of
Hello.
comments. So I think that was the first one, wasn't it? Yeah. So Evergreen Essence Forest, lovely name,
Oh,
lovely.
love
I
it.
appreciate you noticing where you had an absence of meaningful connection. I wasn't sure I had something to say. Yeah, yeah. To noticing where you felt inspired and present in that moment in nature. I also appreciate that you allowed space for something too, and then she's added emerge a bit later on. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And yeah, says, I love meditation. I taught meditation and yoga for years, still meditate 2 times a day. It is just amazingly good for you. Yes, it is. I
Yes.
meditate every morning. I would not miss my meditation. Yeah.
I'm a Buddhist practitioner as a philosophy, and every morning I sit and recite a few things. It's my little ritual, and I recite a few things from the teachings, and then I write in my, I don't call it a journal, my log. I don't. It's not a
Notebook.
diary. Notebook.
Or I
Exactly.
just
There you
write
go. I
on a
just
piece of
write,
paper.
and I write. Today is my peaceful day.
Yeah.
Today is my peaceful day. 3 times today is my peaceful day. I look at it, I close my eyes and think about it, and then I read it. And it is the most incredible way to start the day. And then I go walking in the environment, and the lizards are running everywhere, and the raccoons. And I look at the sky right now, it's azure blue with these fluffy, fluffy clouds. And I have much more of an appreciation for nature because she needs a lawyer, and just the world in general, because if we don't have that appreciation, if we don't do something, and people say, oh, one person can't do anything. If one mosquito can bug the crap out of you,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guarantee you, your voice and your actions can make a difference, whether it's a small little, I contribute to this little cat rescue in the southern of Florida just to
Mm,
help her because she's doing amazing things. And she's not a big corporation or a big organization. She is
mm,
on her own with the goodness of volunteers. But one person can make a difference. And it just,
mm,
I don't know if it gets to the point where you're like, ugh, I'm stuck in the mud. I feel like I'm paddling upstream. Where am I being called to go? Like you said,
mm.
where am I? And then if you can get, like you said, with meditation, bathroom guy, where am I called to be for myself? Because I only have me from beginning to end, but somehow to be of service somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel fabulous when I help people, especially the little guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love helping people. I love helping every so yesterday, I saved a little snail. So this little snail, he'd reached off the wall and he'd reached down, come right out of his shell, and he'd trying to reach his little petal. So he picked it up and he'd got caught in a spider's web. And he'd been trying to get
Mm.
out and he got caught up in this web, and then the petal was stuck to him, so he couldn't get back in his shell, and it was really hot. So I unwound him, and then I was trying to get the petal off without hurting him because it was stuck to him literally.
Mm, mm.
And then like I took it off, and then I put him on the outside, not in my garden because my husband goes mad because they eat the hostas. So I put him outside, but sent him on his way. But yeah, so that was my good deed for the day. I saved a little snail.
Well, and those little things matter. Now, mind you, the spider didn't get a meal, but there's plenty of things out there for the spiders
Well,
to eat.
yeah.
I like them if they'll eat mosquitoes and things like that. That really spiders are.
Eat the, I mean, snails, you can call a snail a bad guy, but I actually think they're quite cute. I don't
They
like
are.
killing them.
They are. And if you think, how long the lineage, the evolution of the snail, where it came from hundreds of thousands, millions of years ago,
Mm,
and it serves a purpose. Everything serves a purpose. And yes, there is you know, the wild, and you have to let things naturally occur. And there's the survival of the fittest. But
yeah, yeah,
sometimes intervention is crucial.
yeah,
Intervention is not taking away, it's it's giving a chance.
yeah. And I
And
know,
who
there's
knows?
probably a spider sat there thinking, "Where's my dinner gone? I
And
left it
and
here. Where's it gone
something
now?"
else might eat it. I mean,
Yeah,
either a
yeah,
lizard could
yeah,
grab it,
yeah,
or a raccoon could grab it, and it's a meal. And
yeah.
okay, I don't love it. I don't I don't like seeing those videos where the orcas are taking the seals and playing with them, tossing them up in the
Mhm.
air, and then and the chase and everything, but I accept it.
It's
You know,
nature, isn't it? Yeah, it's what they do.
I don't want to see the carnage,
No.
but I accept that
And
that's what's
I think
happening.
if they could talk, and if you said, "Look, what are you doing? Don't do that," they'd go, "Well, hang on a minute. What about what you do? It's far worse than us."
To us and to sharks and to all creatures, I mean, animals are going extinct on a daily basis, typically because of overbuilding, over consuming, and the environment is fighting back. There's this wonderful video that Julia Roberts does the voiceover for, and
Mhm.
she's the voiceover of Mother Nature. And she says, I was here before you. I will be here long after you are
Yeah,
gone. So,
yeah.
and there are places where you see there may have been a factory. It's all steel and concrete, and it's been abandoned. And you see the plants growing up in the middle of the concrete,
Absolutely,
and the
yeah.
vines are
Right, right,
taking it
we've got our
over.
space back now, thank you.
We will take it back. We will
Yeah,
take it back, whether you like it or
definitely.
not. Oh, I
Right,
love
let me
somebody's
catch up
giving
on
us
some
hearts.
comments.
Okay.
Robe says, "Giggle, we are just a bunch of helpy helpertons." Yes, and long live the helpy helpertons.
I love
Uh,
that.
yeah, Evergreen Essence Forest. We have 97 acres where we try to live in alignment with the ecosystem. Oh, I love you. Just yesterday,
Oh my gosh.
endangered. You're going to have to go out there, Kaz. Well, I don't know where she is, but you're going to have to go out there. Snapping turtle returned home to lay eggs in a different spots we make to protect. Brilliant. Well done. I love that.
I love what you're doing. I want to come
Yeah. Yeah. There you
and
go.
traipse around your property. That sounds amazing. I didn't invite myself, honestly. But uh, it's good for you. I mean, really, really good for you. And this has been really good for my writing.
Yeah.
Being on Substack, I would say that a large portion of people on Substack are either writers, they're working on being writers, or they want to express themselves. You don't have to be here to become a professional writer. You can be here just to express yourself. And me, I've been a professional writer with great fortune since I was 14, and it just happened. And I think that everything affects my writing. If you read my books, I've got 4 books that have been published since 2021 or 2022, and you will know me if you read my books. I try not to go back and read them over, because what I'll find is, oh, why did I say that? Why did I use that word? I will not allow myself to second guess myself. I write it, I tweak it, I edit it, and then I lock it. And then it goes out to the world. And the only time I reread them is sometimes I'll reread a short story or a poem on video or for an event. I'll pick my favorites, of course. But nature and the calmness that it brings me
Yeah.
has really informed my writing. Now, that being said, with the angst that I've been feeling and the being very disquieted, and by being an empath and an intuitive, and by what is happening in the States and what is happening in the world, and we're at such unrest, I've found that um, it's very difficult not to absorb that. And I find myself on occasion, and as I mentioned to you before we came on, I have this amazing husband, and for 2 days I was rather weepy, and he just let me work it out. But what I've been writing as of late, I've kind of put the poetry aside for now. It may be, in terms of writing more poetry books, that may be complete. I still write poetry. Deanne Ames, I think she's on here. She posted a short poem, and I love when the last line of my work, please make that your first line. And
Okay.
those prompts are really, really, uh, they are they help me to get the juices flowing.
Yeah.
So I find Lynn Broderick has done the same thing. A few other people have done the same thing. And then I find, oh, I'm not done with poetry, but I'm done with writing the books right now.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying
Yeah.
to, whatever people give me, I just kind of channel it, and then I automatic write it and send it out, and, see how it does. So far, so good, instead of so far, so what. But yeah, where I've taken my sensitivity and my angst is I am writing supernatural fiction
I'm making it into short films.
and making it into short films. I have a dear, dear friend. He's a screenwriter, and he always sends me his work for notes, because I have worked in industry for so long, and I worked with a group of producers, and that's what I did. It was all about the screenplays that we received. And so I said, I'd like to still be in the industry, but not as a performer. I want to go back to writing for the industry. And I said, I'd really love to turn some of my short stories into short films. He's like, we can do that. So he's coaching me to get me back in shape for putting it in the correct format. And yeah, they are supernatural fiction, quiet horror, and I feel it's so cathartic to write this stuff. It is so cathartic. I don't know how the big horror writers feel, if they've got something in them, and that's how they get it out, so they feel healthy mentally and psychologically. But it has been really cathartic for me. And I've had a few spooky things happen to me in my life. So 3 of those things are going to be the 3 short films.
Oh, right. Go back to the comments. I wish I could write fiction. I tried. I need to try harder or get a coach or something, but I can't write fiction. I think, oh my God, where's my imagination? Anyway, so Evergreen Essence Forest says we're in Nova Scotia, Canada. There you are. You love Canada.
I'm Canadian. I love Nova Scotia.
There we
Oh
go.
my gosh. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland. Quebec. We actually were planning on going up there this summer. I'm a Canadian American living in the States with an American husband. And we were going to go back this summer, but I had to have a hip procedure. My husband's still recovering from a back fusion. So
Mm.
we like to drive. We like to take our time and go
Mm.
up through the Smokies and the Appalachians and the Blue Ridge Mountains, and then come back the Low
Wow.
Country. But
Nice.
I'm not sure all that driving is going to be conducive to the best recovery this
Mm.
year. I think next year we're going to just live there for a few months. So
Oh, lovely.
yeah, I used to take the train from Moncton all the way to Montreal overnight, which was fabulous. And when I was living in Toronto, and then take another train during the day from Montreal to Toronto. But yeah, hello, Canuck. Nice to see you.
Going back to comments, Robe says poetry is what I first started writing. I've just been playing guitar for 48 years. Lyrics are just poems put to music. Yeah. And then
That's what
says,
it
I love
is.
writing. But is there anything you don't do? I love writing psychological horror, not really into the gore or jump
No,
scares. No.
no,
And then Evergreen as far as beautiful trip. Yeah, I don't know
yeah,
it, but
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
next year. Yeah, there you go. There's a date.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I agree with Robe because now, mind you, I go to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights every year with my son and his girlfriend. Um, Going through the Jason scare house, my son's in front of me and my head's on his back and I'll peek. And you're like, why do you go? I'm like, it's kind of exciting, but the Jason house was the absolute worst, and they have cameras and they can see through the screens and everything, and they pick the person who looks the most scared. And I just saw out of the corner of my eye the Jason mask come up to my face. Like, and my son said, "Yeah, he was trying to get your attention." I go, "Look, that was not going to happen." But some of them are, once you've gone a bunch of times, you know the sound, you know the
Right.
music, you know where people are going to jump out. But some of them, there was one called, what was it? El Artiste, and it had the set design was just incredible, so theatrical, and you were so absorbed in this Spanish artist's world where he had gone mad. And
Mhm.
that to me was, and maybe that's how I got it in my mind to kind of try my hand at. But I've been reading a ton of fantasy, a
Yeah.
ton of fantasy, and watching, not gore. I don't need entrails. I don't need
Right.
beheadings, none of that. But watching on television, um, th- things like The Burrows, which is about aliens
Hmm.
encounters,
Yeah.
and Good Omens, which is
Yeah.
David Tennant, whom I
Yeah.
absolutely adore, Michael
Yeah.
Sheehan again, um, and Good and Evil. The
Yeah. Yeah.
juxtaposition of,
I like
is
that.
good
Yeah.
good, is evil. I mean,
Yeah.
and they are every single person in the cast is just exquisite, absolutely
Yeah.
exquisite.
Yeah. That I like fantasy. I like fantasy. I like supernatural, and I like science fiction.
Yes.
Anything to do with aliens, I like that, but I don't like horror. I really don't. When we were children, I can't remember how old I was, but my brother was 3 years older than me, and we used to go to the fair, and he loved the ghost train, and he always made me come on the ghost train with him. And I cannot tell you anything that happened because I closed my eyes and put my fingers in my ears all the way around and then open them at the end. And he'd go, "That was brilliant, wasn't it?" I'm going, "Yeah, yeah, it was really great."
Yeah, it was
It's
great.
amazing.
Don't ask me any questions about it.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I remember when I was 15, my boyfriend decided to take me to this horror film, and I had no idea what to expect. And I know I spent the entire film with my eyes closed and my fingers in my ears. And then I slept on the floor of my parents' bedroom for like a week afterwards. I was so, so distraught and destroyed. And yeah, I've been trying to connect with more people on Substack who actually enjoy writing that kind of genre because
Mm.
I don't see enough people. There's a lot of philosophy, a lot of psychology, a lot of people addressing emotional, psychological harm, which is very necessary for me. I'm so much in my head, and I'm so self-exploratory, and I'm one to really like um, turn things over in my mind ad nauseum. So I try, I support everybody, and I'll read a little bit and then I'll like it. But I really would love to connect with people and their frame of mind who like to write fantasy
Mm.
and noir. There's a series on, is it Prime, called Spider Noir, which
Okay.
is Nicolas Cage.
Right. Yeah.
I think he's like the an older Spider-Man, and you can
Okay.
either watch it in black and white, or you can watch it in what they call true color. I'm like, ooh, that sounds really good. So,
Mm.
I mean, these are topics we can talk about ad infinitum for sure,
Mm.
but how we connect to the material that we write and what brought us there. I'm always interested in hearing, and especially for me, because I've written
Mm.
television, I've written plays, I've written musicals, I've written music that's being produced, and I just love to write. I've loved to write since I was a child, and it's there. You only need this and this. It's always there.
Yeah.
How the environment influences people, their personal life experiences. Um, do they shy away from writing anything that's first person because it cuts too close to the bone, to use a horror metaphor? Um, I like to interview others as much as I enjoy, doing stuff like this and
Mm.
discussing my mania.
Uh,
Mm.
no.
Yeah.
Um. What was I going to say? So, what do you, sort of, from a confidence point of view, then, how do you think that nature, going back, going back to nature, if you like, answering that call of nature, how has that helped your confidence? I know you're
It's
really
not
confident anyway.
demanding anything of me. It's not telling me what I need to do. In this atmosphere, in the world today in 2026 of social media and the
Mm.
internet, it is not screaming at me of what I need to do, how I need to do it, this formula, this template, that template. It tells me to be my absolute self.
Mm.
Release any fear of judgment. And I told you, I responded to a post on Instagram that was quite nasty, but I did my best to draw attention to an alternate way to look at it. And I won't say the word that they said, but they said the person responded that I should unalive myself, the K
Right.
word. And I'm like, it's the first time. I mean, maybe in my entire time on social media, I was on it, then I went off for 7 years, on it in the beginning, off, back on. Still, it's 3 years now, and I'm still wondering if I really did myself a favor. But it was the first time someone had said something so diabolical. And I posted
Yeah.
that here and on Instagram. They said, this is not about you. Please don't go anywhere. This is all about this person because they're so miserable. I mean, see, you're enough. You're enough. You're enough.
Yeah.
I'm enough.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Um, just be because they are so damaged and so miserable and I'm being as emotional and sensitive as I am, I also function through logic. I'm a very logical person. Um, and observant person, and I get psychologically and mentally what this person is on about. Absolutely.
Right.
However, to have it said to you for the world to see, and if I wasn't a stronger human being, if I wasn't a person who not basically knows who I am because we all evolve all the time. I don't think we're ever set.
No.
I believe we are evolving human beings because if we're not, how boring. So, but it just felt like it was like just a knife in my back, and I just never experienced it before. And I'm like, well, maybe I just don't belong here. Maybe I am too sensitive for this. And I know other people who are, who are just completely expressing themselves and their opinion on whatever their topic is are maligned on a weekly, if not daily basis.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know what the person said or why they said it, but do you think sometimes people just write stuff just to get that bite so that they can be nasty? Because that's how their mind works. They just want to be nasty because they're just nasty people.
Well, now this is my observation because I'm dealing with a person in my community like that. They do not feel in control of their own lives.
Mm.
They do not feel they are in power of their own lives. And this is the way they do it, whether it's in their vehicle, on the internet, how they speak to people in public. They are, like I said, damaged. They don't feel they have control. So this is how they're going to control
Yeah.
it. And they see, and I can't even, this is something I've never been able to absorb because I hope I have never been this way, is that to be so horrific to another person makes you feel good about yourself, makes you feel powerful, makes you feel like you've got the upper hand. That is, talking about logic, that is
Yeah.
completely illogical to
Yeah.
me.
I don't get it why people are like that. But this is what social media brings, isn't it? It gives you that cover to be as horrible as you want to, and then you could just step back and nobody can really touch you. I mean, yes, you can get banned, but then you just come back in another guise. So
Under
it's
another
just
IP
it's just
address,
given
yeah.
an outlet to people with that frame of mind, but they're only a small proportion of social media. Most people on social media are good people.
And I think that some platforms lean more towards that, the pile-on,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
than others, and I
Yeah.
won't name names. I'm not on any of them.
No, not me.
Uh, I don't social media for me is not my sustenance. It's in many ways it's community, and I'm on Instagram, and sometimes I hate to like it and like to hate it. But I've got family there. I've got
Mm,
dear friends.
mm.
I've taught the algorithms, and ladies and gentlemen, you can teach the algorithms what to show you. But you have to be careful what you watch, what you comment on, what you like, even if you're feeling very strongly about that, because it will give you more of that, and you may um, not be terribly pleased. But I watched a nature video that I loved. I just let it keep looping. It looped about 25 times. And
Yeah.
then the next thing I know, nature, 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 people
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
nature.
Yeah, 'cause you
And
obviously
I was
like
like,
it, yeah.
take that, algorithms.
Yeah. So
You
Papa
know,
Jack says human survival demands both men and women mirroring the vital balance of our father, sun, and mother, moon.
oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the moon. I am so, I have way too many pictures of the full moon. There's something about the full moon that just
There's something about the
draws me
moon.
to
Like
it.
every time I go out at night, I have to look and stars. I love stars. I love, yeah, moon and stars and clouds. I love clouds.
Oh, yeah. They say so much too. I mean, when
Yeah.
you learn what some clouds are, they say so much. I was in Hawaii. I was actually on Kauai, and we were staying in a place where they had an outdoor movie theater. And we were watching this movie, and there's no light pollution, zero. So you can see the Milky Way. You can see, what looks like many, many cosmos. And then there was this shooting star. I mean, I know that's not really what they're called. They're debris, but it was so big and so close. I'm like, okay, there's going to be a boom really, really soon because it just streaked across the sky, but it wasn't. It was just this
Yeah.
beautiful display. And we looked up and we're like, wow, people don't, because people live with a lot of light pollution. I imagine Evergreen may have, if you've got all that land, you may have the ability to see stars and constellations much more brightly
Probably.
than if you live where there's a ton of light. I
Mm.
love to watch a meteor shower. There's one happening right now. I can't
Yeah.
remember the name of it. Not Leonid. But there's some meteor shower that's happening right now until I don't know if it's the end of June or early July. But been hoping to catch it, but we're too cloudy at night lately.
Mm.
Um, I don't
Yeah.
know. You just, I just feel like the moment I gave up caring about other people's feedback, and this is a very Buddhist philosophy. I mean, we all care, we're always going to care. But in Buddhism, you can have all the accolades and the praise and the acknowledgments, and one nasty thing can just wipe it all
That's our
out.
brain, isn't it? That's our brain protecting us because that one nasty comment, your brain thinks, okay, you're going to die now. They forget about, well, the brain doesn't care about accolades and compliments and all the good stuff. All it cares about is, are you going to survive? No, this bloke's just threatened you. Therefore, you're not going to survive. We need to worry about this. And that's why it loops in your mind. You have to tell it that everything's going to be okay.
And not living in that fight or flight
Exactly.
mechanism, But yeah, Buddhism says neither one is important. It's about the middle way.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, uh, I wrote a poem and it's based on a story about a monk. And it talks about you've got this monk and his horse ran away, and the people, oh no, your horse ran away. That's awful. What are you going to do? And he said, we shall see.
Hmm.
Oh, your horse came back. Isn't that fabulous? We shall see. So everything, the
Yeah.
good the perceived good was we shall see, and the perceived bad was we shall see. I mean, I think we can all look back on things that happened yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, years ago, and they might not be as dire or as fabulous as we thought they were at that
No,
moment.
exactly. I mean, they're not good or bad. They're just things. They're just events. Because, like, for example, you lose your job and you think this is the end of the world, and then somebody offers you the best job, ever that you've dreamed about, and you just get it. And so that, if you hadn't have lost your job, you wouldn't have gone after that job, so you never would have got it. So, you got to just accept things as they come, basically, haven't you?
And the issue of being in control or not being in control. I had this fabulous job that I loved, and under this wonderful supervisor, and she was very open to my input. I was an events coordinator, and I increased the attendance by 200%. She was amazing. She let me go out in the field, and then she moved to another place,
Mm.
and the person we got in just
Mm.
halted everything, and I was miserable. And well, and our daughter took me to Peru, so that helped. But I'm like, this fabulous, perfect job became a not fabulous, imperfect job. So it was never perfect. It was never fabulous. It was never imperfect. In the beginning, it was a job that I enjoyed for the time being. And I
Mm.
still have very fond memories of it. It didn't break me. It didn't make me. So
Exactly.
that's the size
Exactly.
of that.
Everything has its time, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about everything has its time.
We are complete. This is, as usual, Sue, I have to say, you're one of my absolute favorite people on Substack in life. I look forward to doing this every time because it's so refreshing that people let you be you.
Yeah.
There are no preconceived notions about how you need to behave, what you need to say. Um, we have, and this is with everyone you speak to, all the podcasts you do. You let you both run with it, and
I
it's
just
really
chat. That's all it is. And like I go off at tangents, and I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. But
oh,
this is real
pish
life. This is
posh.
what we do. It's like having a coffee chat, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. It is. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful, and I love to see. Okay, Sarah, Sarah. Whatever will be, will be. That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
And you get wonderful people watching, and hopefully, more people will watch. And yeah. Uh,
Yeah. So Robe says you must be like the pond. The rain comes and goes, and the pond remains the same. The sun comes and goes, and the pond remains the same. Yeah, that's brilliant.
and one drop of the ocean is
Sultan
still the
Papa Jack
ocean.
says "Que Sera Sera" was his mother's favorite song, or is his mother's favorite
Uh,
song.
oh.
That's
My
lovely.
my
Yeah.
son's name is Jack, so I'm very, very, um, I love that name a lot, Jack.
The ripple service pebbles thrown into the pond. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and the pebble is thrown in the pond, and you have these ripples that just quieten the pond, and then they they just level out. It's like Thich Nhat Hanh said, "No mud, no lotus."
Yeah. 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 Thank you, Chris. Thank you for being here.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Brilliant. Oh, we could talk for so long. Yeah.
forever. Yeah.
We
Well,
wouldn't have
we'll
any
just do this
audience left.
again. Well, I know you've got lots of podcasts this week. But
Yeah, I
anytime.
don't know what I was thinking of, but I ended up with 4. Um, I got
If,
one tomorrow. So yeah, if people are back tomorrow, I am with a guy called Josh. I've never met him, but I don't know whether I'm going to find out tomorrow. I don't know whether he draws the cartoons. I think he does, but he does
ooh,
cartoon therapy for mental health. And I love that
I
concept because I
love
think
it.
art in mental health is so, healing, really healing.
Yes.
Friend of ours, um, he does in the north of England. He runs like a centre for people who are like, well, he saved so many people from suicide, and he started it because it saved him from suicide.
Mm,
Just drawing, creating. So you come in, you get your paper and your pens and your glue and your whatever, and you do what you like. You do what you like. And there's a really lovely story he told us that the mayor came round. The TV or the newspaper did an article on him and what he was doing, and the mayor came round. And the mayor was she said, "Would you mind if I go and talk to some of your clients?" She called them, and he said, "Yeah, yeah, go ahead." So she went up to this lady and she said, "What did she say? Oh God." Yeah, she said, so she said, can I just ask you, is this sort of thing, is it really helping you? And she said, I'm still alive, aren't I?
yes. So,
Exactly. So, and he said he's had people write notes to him saying, "Thank you so much. Without you, I just would have ended it."
mm,
Yeah, brilliant
that's
work. And this is what art does because it lets you express yourself without expressing yourself. You can write, you can write poetry, you can draw pictures, you can paint, but whatever's in your head, you're tipping it out. It doesn't loop around in your head anymore and drive you crazy. You tip it out and then you deal with it that way. Really, really.
that is one of the things I'm really a proponent of, is get it out of your head.
Yeah,
If you're scribbling it or you're typing or get it out of your
yeah,
head. Because I'm one to like roll it around in my brain
yeah.
and overanalyze it. And I'm very contemplative, and that is not always a positive
No, it's not.
trait.
No,
So,
no.
well, I hope to see you again
You
another
will. You will.
time.
You will.
And people, you're enough. You're enough. I love you all, and love you, Sue. You're
Me
just
too. I
amazing.
love you, and I love everybody that came tonight. And thank you so much for your comments, and thank you to everybody that watches the replay. And Rogue says thank you so much. This was fun. Peace and meta,
Stay
everyone, and
entangled.
stay entangled, my friends.
Oh, I
You
love it. I
will.
love
You
it. I
will.
love it.
Brilliant. One well-placed smile or word can change your life. It absolutely can. Yeah, you smile at somebody and you might have just saved their life. You'll never know.
Mhm.
You'll never know.
Mhm. Smile is so important. They are so important. When I'm out in the world, with your cashiers and retail people, and they're always beaten up, I
Mm.
smile and, "Hi, you doing all right?" Sometimes I don't say anything. I just smile, "Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
hope you have a
yeah.
wonderful day," and I absolutely mean it. And you'd be well, maybe you wouldn't be shocked that people are shocked that you
Mm,
actually seem to you acknowledge them and seem to notice
yeah,
them.
yeah. Acknowledge that they're people too. No
Yeah,
different to us,
exactly.
and doing a great job too.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
Okay, last comment before we end. Some people don't understand the power of body language. Sometimes we speak without a spoken word. Absolutely, yeah. You
For
said
the good and
before,
not so good.
yeah.
I've said that to people, like, my face just spoke 1,000 words.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do not have a poker face. If I'm cross with you, you'll know about it.
Yeah, I'm a Capricorn, and we are what you see is what you get.
Now, my husband sat over there quietly and he just said, "Tell me about it."
Ah, I have oh, that's hilarious. That's so funny. Okay. Well, I'm just so grateful people tuned in, and I'm so grateful we had this conversation.
Yeah,
All
brilliant.
right.
Okay, I will see you
See
soon. Take
you.
care, everybody. Bye, bye.